Hi guys, in this episode of Trail of Curiosity, I am once again gonna be checking out a Walking Dead universe trailer. The trailer being the one trailer, the final one, the main one for the Walking Dead spin-off, Dead City. And yeah, there have been quite a few trailers or teasers or whatever you want to call it for Dead City that I've covered on the channel. I believe this is like either the second or the third one, or at least I'm pretty sure this is the third one that I've seen, because I don't think I covered the first one when they released it. But regardless, this is supposed to be the main one, the final one, because it's like 2 minutes of hopefully some new footage, not just recycled one from the last couple of teasers or trailers. And I am excited to check it out because, as usual for these kind of trailer reactions, I'm already spoiled about at least a couple of shots of this. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be pretty enjoyable. I'm hoping that I'm actually gonna get to see some really cool shots, get some exciting stuff in there, and yeah, really, I'm just at this point excited to just get through it, see if there's gonna be anything that's gonna make me more excited about this show, because out of the new spin-offs from the main show, this is the one that I'm least excited about, but who knows, might actually turn out to be good. You never know though. Anyway, without further ado, I think we should just get into the trailer, because we also will be going through it shot by shot afterwards. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction in 3, 2, 1.
We gotta find a way out of here.
Whoa!
You want to tell me where the hell we're going?
Manhattan.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Man, a lot of shots of the city. Most of it CGI, but still.
What the hell you're doing out here?
A few weeks back, I got raided.
They took your kid.
Of course they did. That's the only way you can actually do a plot like this.
How do I figure into this, Maggie?
The man who's got her show. You know him.
You need me. Negan is on the island.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this actually seems kind of exciting.
You don't know us. We don't know you.
You get on the island, you don't get off. Go on, you make sure of that.
He's the real reason we're here. So you want to get to the cycle? That we can help you with.
Okay. There's definitely a lot of new footage here, holy shit.
Tell me where my son is, and we kill him.
What the hell is that?
I don't know why you with that man I'm looking for.
Oh my god! Whoa! Is that a fucking running walker?
We gotta find a way out.
Because that looked like a fucking running walker.
I think you're gonna like it here.
What the hell? New series June 18. Oh my god, am I fucking excited for this now. Honestly, this actually looked so much better than I could have ever fucking hoped. Like, this trailer actually fucking sells me on the excitement of it. Because, like, there were so many cool shots and so many, like, cool sequences that we saw here that feels so refreshing compared to the kind of shit that we've seen in the Walking Dead main show and universe in general until this point. And I'm gonna say this, there is a little bit of a worry that it's gonna be a little bit too far out there, to the point where one could argue that the Walking Dead universe has jumped the shark, and I'm gonna talk about what in particular kind of felt like that. But man, this actually genuinely made me kind of excited to see it, because it felt like it had some life and energy to it that, I don't know, it's just, I didn't feel like it had before that. Like, before this, it really felt forced, kind of, a little bit. It felt like for lack of a better term, it was running on fumes. Like, it didn't feel like a very inspired idea to get these two characters who hate each other, create a contrived reason why they have to work together that we already saw in the fucking final season. Maggie fucking got her son captured in the final season already, so this feels fucking repetitive. And it felt like very forced, but I don't know, some of the scenes actually seem kind of exciting, and yeah, there's still some fucking questionable CGI in this that does not look good or real, so this could still turn out to not be as great as my excitement makes me want it to be, but you know, I'm definitely more excited to check it out than I was before this trailer, so I guess you could say it did its job. And it especially makes it more exciting for me because literally before watching this trailer, I finished watching the first episode of the final season of Fear the Walking Dead, season 8. I've not done a reaction. You'll get a review at some point, but it was very boring. I wouldn't call it bad, but it was very boring. And again, you'll get my thoughts on that in a video. But yeah, it definitely made me more kind of, for lack of a better term, worried about the Walking Dead universe, because before this most recent season of Fear the Walking Dead, the last piece of Walking Dead universe content that I saw was Tales of the Walking Dead, because I hadn't seen the final 4 episodes, or at least the final 3 episodes of it, until the final season of the main show was already over. And having those final 3 episodes of the first season of Tales of the Walking Dead, and then getting into, which I didn't really enjoy that much, and then getting into the first episode of season 8, which was very boring, it just made me really worried about whether I'll actually be able to enjoy the Walking Dead universe again, you know, after the final episode of the final season of the main show. But this makes me feel like I can. And honestly, I want to check out this trailer once again, like watch it once again before we get into looking at it shot by shot, because there was a lot of cool stuff in here that I want to see in motion. So let's get into it again before we get into it shot by shot in 3, 2, 1.
We're gonna find a way out of here.
You want to tell me where
The tone definitely feels very refreshing.
Right ahead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that CGI does not look real at all.
You at least tell me what the hell you're doing out here.
A few weeks back, I got raided.
They took your kid.
Have you seen this man? Goes by the name of Negan.
How is he so popular?
I'll figure into this hiding.
The man who's got her show. You know him.
You need me.
Negan is on the island.
How do they know him? I don't get that. Yeah, these weapons feel very over the top. Not sure how I feel about that.
Go on. You make sure of that.
He's sort of raising her hand.
Also, this guy seems like he's gonna be an interesting villain. So there's that.
You came to tell me where my son is, and we kill him.
What the hell is that?
Why you with that man I'm looking for? But I will get to you.
That's a running fucking walker. I'm excited for that so much.
I think you're gonna like it here.
Also, that actually looks pretty fucking sick. That's the one shot that I was spoiled from this trailer about the fucking walker with a bunch of different body parts and everything. And with the way people fucking kind of described it, it made it feel like it was silly and low budget, but this actually looks fucking convincing. The one thing that the Walking Dead universe has never fucking failed for me is the zombies. Like, the walkers have always fucking convinced me. Like, there hasn't been one moment in any episode of any Walking Dead universe show where I've been like, man, these zombies are not convincing. They've always, like, the immersion for me has never broken in that regard. Which is kind of impressive, all things considered. Because to not break once, like, they fucking really have killed it. Like, Greg Nicotero is a fucking genius. But yeah, now we're gonna have to get into it shot by shot. And there's a lot of things to go through, so let's just get into it and not make this video be an hour long. So, first shot of New York. Honestly, it actually looks decently convincing with the CGI. I wish more of it actually looked like that, because this literally just looks like they took a picture or like footage of the actual city and then added CGI on top of it. Like, this is the kind of way CGI should be used in my eyes, in the background, where it's done on top of already existing stuff. Whereas later on we get more shots which are clearly like fully CGI'd, and I'm gonna get to them. I don't want to breeze through it and get to it right now, but those do not look fucking convincing, and it just, I'm personally not gonna be bothered by it, but it's gonna be definitely immersion breaking for some people, for sure. Yeah, The Walking Dead Dead City trailer starts now. Yeah, some context in shots that we've already kind of seen, with them going on a boat, using a boat to get to Manhattan. That doesn't necessarily look that convincing. It kind of feels green screen, so there's that. These shots just do not look real. Like, this looks very CGI'd. And it's weird because I don't mind. I really don't mind how it looks, but it looks fake as fuck. Because personally, I don't mind how it looks, but it looks fake as fuck. It just looks like a video game. This shot is not that bad. This shot is garbage. Especially when you see it move, like, it's so obviously CGI. And even this shot doesn't look that bad. I actually really like this shot because, again, it kind of feels like they took some actual pictures and footage and added CGI on top of. But this one, I don't know, just looks fucking fake as fuck. It feels too flat and too 2D, if that makes any sense, you know? So I feel like in that regard, the show is not gonna be that great, but hopefully they'll improve the CGI before the final release. Or I'll focus on the practical effects, like the walkers, because we are going to have some actual things shot in NYC, because they did do on-location shooting, so there's that. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. I like this shot of them walking beside the bridge and seeing it all collapse. Like, that's some cool shit. That's the way the footage should be portrayed. Because if they cannot actually do high-quality CGI shot of NYC from above, then I would then rather stick with, like, more, like, character-focused shots like this, you know, which are done from the perspective of the character, because it looks far more convincing. At least my immersion is not broken by it, you know? Okay, so some shots of them talking. Again, this shot of the NYC. Some people that are after Negan, apparently. Can we actually read this one out this time? Because I couldn't read it out in the previous trailer. I can only read out, do not approach unless harmed. So I wonder why has Negan made a name for himself in New York City, of all places. I mean, admittedly, at this point, it has been 15 years. because there's also a time skip after the ending of the main series. There's been like 15, 16 years of the zombie apocalypse, so plenty of time to make a name for yourself and be known, but still. From the Walking Dead universe. Again, pretty cool shot of them on a rooftop with a skyline. That kind of looks refreshing to see. Again, another shot which just does not look fucking convincing. This just does not look good. And I understand. I don't know if this is supposed to be what I think it's supposed to be. Like, is this supposed to be like Madison Square Garden or whatever? I assume that's what it's supposed to be. I know that they probably couldn't realistically afford to, like, cut off the section of the New York City with like Madison Square Garden or whatever and do a bunch of like extras and everything, so they had to do it with CGI, but it fucking looks bad. It just looks bad. I'm not a fan of that. It's just gonna be hard to look at that and have the characters then react to it as if it looks real. Like, it just doesn't. It looks like a fucking mobile video game. I don't like that. Okay, this guy, I feel like, I think we saw a little bit of him in like previous trailers or whatever, and I felt like he came off a little bit bland, but in this one, I actually kind of like the way he carries himself. He actually feels a little bit charismatic and interesting, and I kind of am interested to see what this villain is gonna be like actually now. Plus, he seems to be missing an ear, so that could make him more interesting. Hopefully, they will try to actually make him an interesting villain and not just another Pope or another Negan or another governor or another alpha. Like, they'll try to actually make him an interesting villain, not just another bad guy, you know. But not gonna get my hopes too high for this one. Is that them actually meeting each other? I don't think so. But yeah, I don't understand why would this guy... Oh, he's also missing an eye. Why would this guy go and kidnap Maggie's child? Like, what is his motive there? That's what I don't understand. Negan seems excited that Maggie needs his help again. And clearly he has seen some dentists because those teeth are very white. Holy shit. My teeth are not that white and I wash them every day. And yeah, this guy also seems to know Negan as well, so that's kind of interesting, and also seems to have his eye in that one, so that's interesting. I don't know who this lady is supposed to be. That's a pretty cool shot. This actually does not look CGI'd in, so some actually rundown locations like this could actually sell the destruction of New York City, and it would sell that shit more, at least, compared to the fucking terrible CGI. Hopefully there's not too much of that bad CGI. Okay, so here's Maggie and Negan facing off against some of these guys from NYC who are, I guess, against this guy, the bad guy of this series. I can't really take seriously some of these weapons. Like, I'm not even sure what they're supposed to be. Like, are they supposed to be... I think they're grappling hooks for them to be able to go above the walkers in New York City, which is honestly a cool idea. But it does feel a little bit stupid and over the top for The Walking Dead, because The Walking Dead has been such a... I mean, at this point, it's not really such a... It's more of a relatively serious and taking itself seriously kind of zombie universe. And that feels like something out of, I don't know, fucking Far Cry. Like, that fucking reminds me of Far Cry New Dawn. If you guys haven't played that, you should definitely play it. I think it's actually a really fun Far Cry game, probably one of the most entertaining ones for me personally, and you can watch my playthrough as well. I will be replaying it at some point on the channel, so if you want to see that as well, you can stick around, I guess, but I'm getting sidetracked. But like the weapons in Far Cry New Dawn are very similar looking to these like homemade grappling hooks or whatever, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out, but yeah, it seems kind of fun. And hopefully we actually get some interesting characters as well, because so far, on visuals alone, I'm not completely sold, but now looking at these shots here, there's actually some kind of intriguing looking characters, like this guy over here, and this guy with the hat, so we might actually get some interesting characters in this. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some new favorite ones, you know? Okay, there's this guy again. Are you serious? My mice died. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna be back in a second. Okay, some shots that we've seen before of somebody putting something in a vat of something, then a bunch of dead zombies in an aquarium or something. Then Maggie, I think that's Negan over here with again the people at the table that we saw. I think at least some of them. They're probably in some high-rise building, I assume, and they're probably gonna end up going on the things across the rooftops. I forgot the word for it. Yeah, those are grappling hooks because they shoot them out, right? That looks kind of cool. This guy seems pretty badass with the way he breaks this guy's neck, so that could be something interesting. The way this guy looks just reminds me of the friends that Maggie came with in the final season when she came to Alexandria, and how kind of interesting they actually looked and seemed, and yet nothing came out of them. Like, they actually seemed like cool fucking characters, like cool badass zombie survivors, and yet they fucking died very quickly, so there was that. But yeah, this guy reminds me of that black guy from that. Okay, then Negan throws somebody off of the balcony with a lot of blood splunging around, so that's cool. At least it means they're gonna actually use physical blood and not just fucking CGI that shit. Again, I don't understand what does this guy want from that kid? Like, what does he get? Like, why is he just gonna torture him? What for? Also, he's fucking grown up, Jesus. Then it's gonna be wild years down the line to sit down and react to the whole Walking Dead universe from the beginning to the where it is, having characters that are at this point growing up to be adults, almost getting to the point of being adults, who weren't even fucking conceived in the beginning of the show. Because like Herschel is gonna be like what, 14 in this series or something, and back when the main show started, he wasn't even in his father's nuts. But yeah, for me, the most... Okay, this shot actually looks kind of convincing. I'm glad that for this shot, it actually doesn't look bad. Hopefully some of the other ones will look better as well. Like the fact that the distance from the walkers, from the camera is that far, you can't really notice any details, actually helps the shot look better. Is that supposed to be Madison Square Garden? I don't even know how it looks like, so I even can't fucking tell, but what other round building is there like that in NYC? So, this actually looks kind of convincing, and it doesn't look as bad as some of the other shots anyway. Because this is obviously CGI, but they clearly took a shot of it and just did CGI afterwards, which is the right way to do it. Like I said, so I'm glad that these clearly more important shots of zombie and the big explosions and everything is far more convincing, so there's that. The thing is, it doesn't necessarily have to even be convincing, it just has to look good. Because, like, in the final season of the main show, we got that big explosion at the Commonwealth, which, it's not like it looked fucking real, but it didn't look bad either. So I'm kind of looking for something, at least of that level of quality. And considering that the show has only 6 episodes, hopefully it's gonna look better in the finished product, but I don't know. Because I feel like maybe due to budget constraints and everything, in the last couple of years, the CGI has really fucking started to be fucking obvious in the Walking Dead universe, and I don't like that. But to be honest, I hate fucking CGI in general, and I really, whenever I notice bad CGI, it really fucking sticks out to me, so yeah. And this one is clearly going to be like a very CGI heavy show, because it's like in New York City and not in a random forest in Georgia. So there's that. But yeah, I wonder whether they are reacting here to like the fucking crawling zombie with a bunch of different arms and everything fucking sprawling out of it, because he says, "What the hell is that?" I guess I will have to wait to see that shot, but yeah, there's the zombie ring where there's clearly gonna be a big zombie set piece, which could be actually pretty cool looking. There's some zombies. Okay, there's actually some actual variation in the zombie clothes, because typically I feel like the way that zombies are dressed in like in like the main show kind of very much sticks the same to the same. And now that I think about it, we actually don't even fucking see that many black people as walkers, because like I saw this guy in the background, he looks black to me, I don't know if he is, but I just was like, man, we don't really see that many. You know, we probably should see more than we actually see nowadays. I feel like maybe it's just not noticeable due to how decomposed the walkers are, but I feel like in the earlier days, when the characters were still in Georgia, not the show, the characters were still in Georgia. There were, and the zombies were less decomposed. There was more black people among the walkers. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like the look of them. They look pretty good. Again, that's the one thing that has never failed me about The Walking Dead. So I don't expect it to start now. Maya looks pretty badass. This is probably gonna be the most badass Maggie has ever been, if I gotta be honest. Yeah, Negan going on a zip line. That is clearly a stunt double, though. I mean, come on. He looks so much not like Negan in the back of the head. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like a fast shot. Who cares? But it's, when you stop at it like that, it's so not Negan. So, I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, not Negan. And for some reason, they're going after each other and fighting. I don't get that. Why do you guys keep doing that? When are you gonna fucking stop? Yeah, that shit is fucking exciting. Because that's a fucking running walker if I ever fucking saw one. Yeah, that's a fucking running walker. I'm excited for that one. Again, I hope they still kind of keep... Oh man, I don't know. I feel like part of me hopes that they keep it still to like random walkers being that fast and that capable, and not every walker, because I feel like if you overuse it too much, it's just gonna get to the same level of what our current walkers are. But I also want to see more of it, you know, because it's actually kind of exciting to see them run like that. After having so much story build up of them not running, having them actually running now, it's just kind of exciting and fun, and I love that. And obviously we have the Daryl show, which is gonna focus on that shit, but come on, man. Okay, so this lady again, which we don't know who it is. Okay, some actual set pieces in NYC, which I'm excited for, I guess. Some random shots. That looks pretty gnarly. I love that. That reminds me of the Telltale games, which kind of makes me want to play them again. Oh man, I genuinely just got such an urge to play them again. Especially because I plan on starting to do gameplay videos with Facecam soon. So you're probably gonna start getting more gameplay videos due to that. And I might just use that as an excuse to replay the games again because they're so much fun. Yeah, that looks like Maggie and somebody else, some girl. I assume it's the girl that Negan was taking care of in the beginning, but why the fuck are they both in the sewers or metro or whatever? I don't know, but that looks pretty cool. Yeah, she's crawling through the sewers, it seems like. There's this guy again. Yeah, she seems like she might have fought quite a lot of walkers. That shit looks pretty fucking gnarly. Dude, I love that. That looks pretty gnarly. I love it. It's sick. And that's pretty much it. Right? Okay, so yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with this one. It seems like a pretty fun trailer. It definitely has made me excited for Dead City more than I was before watching it. So yeah, it's not that far off actually. I'm recording my reaction to this trailer obviously on May 12th. I think the trailer was either released today or yesterday. And it's only about a month from now when it's gonna get released, so I guess it's gonna be between the first and the second half of year. Is that when they're gonna release it? Anyway, I'm hoping that I'm gonna enjoy the show whenever it releases. I'm hoping that it's gonna be good, obviously. And yeah, I pretty much at this point, I just can't wait to get there. And I am curious, what do you guys think about these trailers? So, comment thoughts down below, and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 5 patrons on Patreon. Omar Richmond, Deadpool, Corvidet, Dane Harty, and Peyton Jones. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. They have decided to support me, have continued to support me such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not already know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do in my videos. That thing being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman, though I am unsure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people. But that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I'm trans if they ever found out, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to help me. So if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's okay. Don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me get out of this situation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the next description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!